Hello and welcome to the Powerful Personal Brand Podcast, where I share tips to help and inspire you to build a great personal brand to increase your visibility and authority. I am your host, Claire Bahn. I'm a personal brand strategist and the CEO and founder of Claire Bahn Group. And on today's episode, I'm going to be talking about how to use your personal brand to get paid speaking engagements. So oftentimes when we work with clients, we're bringing somebody on, that is usually one of their big goals with building their personal brand. So what are the key steps to doing that? As with really everything, building your personal brand has a compounding effect, and getting to this high level, which I think a paid speaking engagement, getting paid $5,000 or whatever it might be, and up to come and speak, you actually have to have experience in it. You have to be a well-known expert. Why would someone hire you if you're not? Especially if you're in a super competitive field. Why would someone bring you on? So you're in a super competitive field, you have no personal brand to speak of, and you want to get paid speaking engagements. What do you do? Well, first and foremost, you need to get out there and you need to build a foundation, get a website. You need to start making content that shows that you are an expert in your area of expertise, whether it's finance, technology, marketing, whatever it may be. Build that content, share it. I definitely think a podcast like this and my YouTube channel, these are great ways to be SEO'd and to, again, share your expertise, because I'm talking. If I want to do a speaking engagement and someone wants to hear me speak, there's plenty of video content for them to take in. Is Claire eloquent? Will we be worried about her coming into, having a good thought process, coming in there with very defined thoughts? Can she give a presentation? So all of these things, one of the key things of the podcast and your YouTube channel show is, yes, I could be succinct and I'm good on camera, right? But what if you're not doing a virtual conference? What if it's in person? Okay, so start with your podcast, number one, then do guesting, podcast guesting. It's totally gonna help you. You can deal with things on your feet. Then you need to do virtual conferences, virtual panels. Then you need to do free in-person speaking engagements. So make sure everything you're doing along the way, from the guesting and everything, you're getting those videos, you're putting them on your website. You want to document your expertise and the fact that you are building this brand. You are building all of this content to show why you need to get that paid speaking engagement in the future. So you then are ready to get your free, or, I would just say free in-person speaking engagement. Then you need to make sure that you have someone video it for you. You need to make sure that it is amazing. And you need to have someone video it for you, because that's going to be your stepping stone to the next thing. And you may need a couple of these free speaking engagements to show before you can get something that's paid, or someone to give you a free ticket to a conference in order to come speak for free. So it's like freemium. I don't know what you call that. But basically, one of the key things, so I did a conference. I spoke at the Alt Summit in 2020, and they gave me the ticket for the event for free. I think it was a $700 or $800 ticket for a multi-day pass, and I got it for free in order to speak. But they did not have anything built into the way they worked, where they were like, we're going to give you your video for you to use. So a lot of conferences, they're just so focused on themselves and what they need and their budget that they don't care what you need And the fact that you're doing it for free to get access to this conference, but you need it for your next thing. So I said, hey, you know what? Can my husband come and, photograph and video this for me? They're like, great. Yes, absolutely. He'll need to buy a ticket. So I need to get my husband a ticket to a conference he doesn't want to go to. So he can film me. Yes. Okay. So then I worked other ways to try to get someone to film me. I asked a friend to do it, and she just kind of came and took a couple photos, and I've used a couple of them on my website, but it basically ended up being useless, and it was a net loss for me because I had my husband and my dogs, it had an Airbnb, which I absolutely love. So I got a nice vacation out of it, but it wasn't worth doing. It had no value to my career and to my future opportunities. It really didn't. So in hindsight, I would say cancel and not do that speaking opportunity because they're not going to help me get a future opportunity. If they won't help you by letting you bring in your own person to video you, back out. Or say, I will do it if this. Like, that's one of the first things. It's contingent on you allowing them allowing you to bring someone in to video and photograph you. Make sure you bring someone, even if you pay them. They need to know what they're doing and what the end result is, because you need to be able to splice together a highlight reel of the speaking engagements that you have done to get that paid opportunity. So you're going to need to do free speaking engagements, get them all on video, make a highlight reel that shows why you're such an amazing expert in order to say why you need to get paid. That's the key. So a lot of people are like, well, why do I need to do this? What is the ROI on building my personal brand? Well, what if I do these things? Why can't I just get paid speaking engagements? Because you need to knock someone off the top that's currently getting those paid speaking engagements, and they're not going to do it willingly. You need to prove yourself. Prove that you deserve a place to be there. Once you get yourself there, are you going to willingly give your spot to the next person? No. Why do you think they will? It's a hard truth. But I talked about it in a previous podcast. You really need to think about what other people have to deal with, what it feels like to be in their shoes, not selfishly, what you want. When you go into building your personal brand and you don't have altruism in your heart, you don't want to give, you don't want to help. You're so focused on a paid speaking engagement. You know what? Here's the thing. I get needing to pay your bills. But personal branding, you need to put that need aside in order to have success. You need to have something that you do that will pay your bills so that you can build your brand and you can step into your podcast or whatever it is, and you feel confident and ready and willing to give great information. You can do those paid speaking engagements without feeling like you need to hard sell at the end. So that is going to be the key to getting paid speaking engagements. You need to get the experience under your belt. You need to make sure that you document it, and you need to have several. Get that highlight reel, and then you can go after the paid speaking engagements. So I hope that helped you. That's how I've done it. So if you've got other tips on how you have been able to make it to paid speaking engagements, and I'm not talking about you knew someone that gave you the paid speaking engagement. That's a little bit different. That's just, knowing somebody and networking, and that will always win hands down. So if you want to do this step-by-step method of actually working at it to build your personal brand to get to that next level, do this and it'll work. So until next time, have a great day. Bye.